Hey, this is Mike with Christian Meds. This week I'm going to talk a little bit about the word logos and where it comes from, the concepts behind it, and let's get started. First off, let me start with that. Although I know a little bit of Greek, I know enough Greek to be dangerous. I don't know enough Greek to be a Greek scholar or anything like that. So I'm not claiming to be an expert in Greek or Hebrew, you know. But when it comes to understanding the concept of the logos, in other words, what John refers to in John chapter 1, when basically he's tying Jesus to this word called logos, which we translate as the word. This word has so much larger meaning than just the spoken word. You know, it actually ties back to the teachings of Plato. But once you start understanding the works of Plato and studying what Plato taught, you can have a better understanding of what the word logos means. This word, in general, is very difficult to translate into English because you basically could end up using about 200 words to communicate what the one word in Greek means. This one word, you know, is when it comes to Platonic theology or the Platonists, what they believed, you know, a lot of the concepts in Christianity, you know, were greatly influenced because the leaders of the day, especially in the early church, they all studied Socrates and Plato. A lot of them did. These were the people that basically controlled what was put in the theaters. It was basically what was controlling public opinion at the time. So for Christianity to overtake the whole Roman Empire, part of this was basically converting people that were Platonists to Christians, to explain to them that they had a lot of things right, but not everything right. So when it comes down to some of the things that Plato got wrong, okay, and this is where a lot of Christians get confused on things. Anything that teaches you in reincarnation is not Christian. End of story. So discernment number one is, even if something looks like it's Christian on the surface and has Christian even in the name of a book, but it talks about reincarnation or you know, somehow the renewing of the soul and things like that, all that stuff is not Christian, bottom line. And the whole concept, you know, basically doesn't logically make any sense. You know, somehow you're supposed to get, you know, if you don't measure up, you're supposed to basically get recycled, you know. And even some of the concepts I've read books that, you know, they take the concept of the first Adam and Christ being the second Adam and calling that a reincarnation of the first Adam. It's not. That's bad theology. That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't ring true to what Christianity truly is. So when John in chapter 1 was tying Jesus back to this logos, you need to understand first off what the logos was to the Platonists. The logos to the Platonists, to describe it in a very simple manner, they believed in a trinity, just like we believe in a trinity. Their trinity was mind, then magnitude becomes matter. So last week when I was talking about frequency, the concept of logos has the concept of frequency in it. Magnitude is frequency, okay? But the way that and basically when it comes to Platonists believed that basically these three things together, this trinity, is what began life. In other words, it began the building blocks of all life, from top to bottom. Literally, you could spend days, if not weeks, making videos just on this one topic. This one topic is very complicated in a lot of ways because we have 1,000 years plus of Christian thinkers, that all Christian theologians, that all were Platonists in their interpretation of the scriptures. So they ended up, writing tons and tons and tons of material. In the description down below, I'm going to put a link to a video that basically lays it out. Really, it's about 40 minutes long. It's a lot longer than the videos I like to make. But if you want to know more details of exactly how Platonism influenced Christianity, click on the link at the description of the video below. So, this is kind of what I wanted to cover this week. I hope you had a great week. I had to go back to work this week full time, and it was difficult, but I got through it. And just be blessed.